Okay, this is my first official video. Let you know exactly. It's kind of weird because I'm not really looking at the screen, but it's my first video log of my experience having a stroke. Well, go through the history of what happened. Saturday, it was July 14th, 2012. Had an issue with high blood pressure. I called EMS. That evening, my blood pressure rose to 234 or 190. EMS suggested I go to the hospital. Of course, I went. When I got to the hospital, they checked out my effects and everything else. Said really didn't have symptoms of a stroke, but very high blood pressure. By that morning, they kind of figured that I need to go into ICU. So I stayed in ICU for about, I think it was until Thursday, checking out my conditions. That's when I found out that my right side lost all kind of motion and feeling in my right leg. Trouble swallowing, and everything else. One of the advantages of, well, not the advantages, but one of the techniques that happened, couldn't swallow at all because I guess what happened was that I have a stroke that's on my brainstem. So it really didn't affect a lot of my thinking, anything else, but what it did affect, it affected my, well, like I said, my right side. It affected a little bit of my speech, a lot slower. It also affected depth and coordination. So I had to get through all that stuff. But what they did have to do is they had to shove a feeding tube through my nostril, down my throat, past my esophagus, into my stomach. It actually helped out because what I was able to do was I was able to use the tube against my esophagus to start practicing. Now, since then, I've had a lot of training and a lot of therapy, physical therapy, and ODT therapy as job therapy. And I've noticed a couple things. One thing I've noticed is that my body was numb, but what's happening every time I start using muscles, I become tired, but it's almost like a jigsaw puzzle. Each part of my right side is starting to wake up. Each piece is starting to be affected. So this really helped out tremendously. I just wish I could look at you on the screen. But what's happening is that my eyes is not being adjusted on this side, on my left side. My left side is strong right now. My weak side is my right side. But as I start moving forward, I'll start talking about some of the psychological things. Because this morning, they did Tai Chi, chair Tai Chi. And it was very emotional because I was thinking of my kids a lot. Thinking that I really want to see them and see Jasmine and everything else. So during Tai Chi, I was very, very emotional. I cried a little bit. Try to press through it. Press through it. So right now, I'm just getting a little rest. I want to make this video update, and I'll start making other video updates as I start progressing. I do feel like I'm progressing, but it is tough. It has only been a week. So as I move forward, I'll talk more.